just saw in action and now sitting in front of me is the Vaterra Twin Hammers. Vaterra is a lineup of vehicles from Horizon Hobby. The Twin Hammers is modeled after what's called an Ultra 4 rock racer. Now in the real world, Ultra 4 rock racers come in all shapes and sizes, and they have all sorts of setups. The Twin Hammers happen to have an independent front suspension and a solid rear axle with traditional 4-link rear suspension. You can read the full review at rctruckstop.com, but let's take a look at some of the features here and then take it back out and see it in action.
What sets the Twin Hammers apart from typical rock crawlers is the use of an independent front suspension. The front suspension uses push rods connected to cantilevers inside the chassis and a set of inboard shocks. Front and rear, the Twin Hammers uses aluminum shocks. Out back, the Twin Hammers has a more typical solid rear axle. Now it's connected to a also fairly typical 4-link suspension. You can see the complete underside of the chassis and front arms and lower trailing arms are all smooth. The tires are 1.9 size race claws. They're molded in the B or blue compound, which is very soft and sticky. A spare is even included. The Spectrum DX3E is a fairly entry-level radio, but it's fully adjustable and has 3 channels, which allows you to operate the 2-speed transmission. Like all Spectrum radios, the DX3E is also 2.4 GHz, which means you never have to worry about anybody being on your channel. A very simple dynamite LiPo charger helps get you started, and the included LiPo is a 2000 mAh 2-cell LiPo that is definitely great for a starter battery, and it mounts out back in the Vaterra Twin Hammers. Here's the Twin Hammers with the cage removed. You can get a good look at what the chassis is like. It's a tub chassis and the rear shock towers are very tall. You can also see how the majority of the weight is in the forward 50% of the vehicle. This really helps with the climbing ability of the Twin Hammers. One of the coolest features about the Twin Hammers, in addition to the independent front suspension matched with the solid rear axle, is the 2-speed transmission that you control via the transmitter. You can see the servo that controls the 2-speed mounted on top of the transmission. You can also see the 15-turn brushed motor that's included.